Maybe the UN's decision. It may be the global government. After the banks have all bankrupted us by design.
If individuals on a global basis, Alex, are unable to make responsible decisions, then of course global government will likely step in and begin making those decisions for them. If the United States is unable to make rational, realistic decisions about its debt and its consumption and about its right to consume the planet's resources.
The banks created the false debt system to take over.
We'll probably have to step in and begin to tell us how to behave because we've been unable to do it ourselves.
No. Population is going to peak in the next 12 years. It is going to peak, and then it's going to...
There's no way for you to know that. How do you know what's going to happen?
The UN for several decades has had very accurate statistical analysis. This is not...
That's projecting out into the future. It means nothing. There's nobody knows what the future
Really, they projected 20 years ago that we'd have 7 billion people by 2010.
But I'm sure you also have other research that says that they genetically engineer viruses and that they could do population control by genetically engineering viruses as well. Could they not?
That's what Dick Cheney wants, yeah.
Well, there you go. Now, they don't have to do it. They don't. That will not. That could happen all by itself.
Damon, justice be done. May the heavens fall.
You put a bunch of chickens in a limited amount of space, and chances are they're going to face diseases.
Damon,
out,
there's 30+ million Chinese extra men. It's caused incredible suicide and problems in China. China has buoyed because they did a deal with the globalists to deindustrialize the West. They've been given all our money. Stay there. We'll come back. Talk about it.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Damon Vickers is our guest. He heads up one of the most successful management firms and investment funds out there, 9 Points Capital Partners. NPM.us is the website. I'm Alex Jones. Our websites are Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. And I want to talk about a host of other issues in the time we have left with Damon. I didn't mean to get stuck on the whole population agenda. My point is, whether you believe we're overpopulated or not, the globalists have actually moved to keep the third world in poverty and cause the people bomb, while they're then always selling eugenics and population and one-child policies in the West. And if you really study eugenics, it's not what is publicly taught about improving the race, improving intelligence. It's actually targeting the most intelligent that aren't part of the elites. They call it, the random genetics out there that threatens the global elite's hegemonic empire. And I just morally cannot sign on to China and forced abortion and infanticide and killing babies. And Damon, I don't think if I took you to China and put you in front of a woman,
here that I advocated it. I didn't hear any of that. And if it's about keeping the globalist hegemony intact and the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergers and keeping that fine genetic line intact, the truth is that those lines and families, there are real problems with those people. I mean, when you don't intermix family's genetic code, or you have too much marrying amongst cousins, you get some kind of strange outcomes. You get people that are manic depressive, suicidal, and just
you get more psychopaths.
Crazy. Huh?
You get more psychopaths.
You do. I mean, you could take a look at. I'm not going to say.
Look at royalty. Look how royalty's always going insane, from Egypt to Rome.
Well, that's how they did it. But Alex, for a long period in time, that is how they did it. Cousins married cousins, and that went on for a very long time. It's particularly if your family had money.
But it's still going on.
It still goes on to some extent. Yeah. Well, it's bad genetically, though. You need to have you have a healthier gene code.
But what I'm asking is, then why do you agree? And I wasn't saying you agree with forced abortion in China. I'm saying I can't. Well, then you have to be against the policy.
I'm against a world and countries and individuals that think that they can act haphazardly and recklessly without there being some responsibility to their fellow beings, whether that be animals or plant life or human beings.
But Damon, here's what I'm saying: if Europe and the United States and Japan are having on average 1.3 children, which doesn't replace mommy and daddy, we don't need food rationing and one-child policies in America.
Well, we don't need it in America, but at this point, America doesn't support itself anyway. We're net importers of food. We can't feed ourselves, and we export worthless.
That's because of government policies paying people not to produce food. That's because of NAFTA and GATT and globalization, which is designed to make the world population dependent on the social engineers. Okay, all right.
So, as a fund manager, I have to think about how I'm going to make money from that, because I have investors and people that I have to report to that want to see capital gains. So I can't determine the direction of the world, Alex. I don't think you can either. I would think we both agree that we don't want move into a world that it's a police state whereby it's very negative and dark. However, we do need we've I think shown that this experiment called democracy has had unintended consequences. And is not really made American people really all that free, although they have the illusion of freedom.
We don't have, even a howling mob of democracy. We have manufactured consent. Damon, shifting gears in the time we have with you here.
No, I agree with that. You're talking about the two parties going against each other and the fantasy of Democrat versus Republican. I totally agree with that. Totally. It is a fantasy.
Let me ask you this. What do you see happening to Obama? Lowest approval rating 1 year in of any president. Democrats turning against him. We're going to get some probably even worse Republican later, and then an even worse Democrat after that. As everything goes downhill. What do you see happening economically, politically in the next 24 months in the United States?
Well, you bring up a good point between the Republicans and the Democrats. I certainly hope that we actually don't swim back to a Republican, and perhaps we have the type of environment where maybe you get somebody that's